I'm going to give you an example. That data projector sitting down there that's projecting my slides up onto the screen. How many hours has that data projector been on since it was manufactured? Well, that data projector actually knows that piece of information. At the moment, it has never been recording that information, but that information, if we put a little sensor into the data projector, it could simply record that information. Is that an important piece of information? Well, probably it is for the technical guys at the back, because the lamps on these projectors have between 3,000 and 4,000 hours of use. Wouldn't it be wonderful if this data projector could send the technician at the back a little email or a tweet to say, the lamp's now at 3,500 hours, get ready to change it. The same could happen with every single light bulb in this building. How brilliant would that be for preventative maintenance at a big conference center? If every part of your venue actually was intelligent. Intelligent in the sense that it knew stuff about itself and could tell you that information. Now, if that sounds a little bit weird, think about it this way. I wonder how many of you have been told that you will get a delivery sometime between 9 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We can't tell you when it will be, but it will be between 9 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. What are they thinking, people who do home deliveries, that they give you that broad range? I think this was Peter Kay, if I can give the correct comedian the thing. He said, when people do that, I love to say to them, I'm happy to do that, and I'm happy to pay you by credit card. The first number of my credit card is somewhere between 4 and 7. It's that kind of ludicrous thing. But imagine you could link up a little video camera at your doorbell. When your doorbell rang, that sensor connected to your mobile phone. It buzzed your mobile phone with the message, your doorbell is ringing. You look on your mobile phone. Through webcam, you can see who's there. You have a conversation with them through your doorbell, because your doorbell is electronic, and therefore it can just be transferred to your mobile phone. You verify it's the postman. You click another button, which opens your front door. It's all electronic. It's easy. Front door opens. Postman puts the package inside the door, pulls the door shut behind him, and turns the bolt up. Done. How brilliant would that be? And how easy it is to do. That's the concept of augmented reality, that every physical object in the world has data associated with it. We can capture that data, and we can communicate and interact with that data. This is going to change everything. It really is. This, I think, is the biggest news I have for you this morning. Now, what you can see here is a picture of somebody who's using something like an iPad or something like that, which can take a picture and then get the data from Google Maps and put it in front of them. I use something similar called Nearest Tube. It's a little app for the iPhone. And because your iPhone 3GS knows where you are, and not only where you are, but has a compass in it, if you can believe it, it knows not only where you are, but also which direction you are facing. And so you point your phone in a particular direction, and it tells you where the nearest tube station is, and it can link into Transport for London's websites and tell you the live status of each of those tube stations. One step further, you tell it where you want to go, it will actually show you where to walk, and where to turn right and where to turn left. And on the way, if you want to stop at a post office or a public loo or a restaurant, it will tell you which ones to stop at. That's augmented reality. But we can take it a step further. This is a group from MIT who, around this guy's neck, he has 3 things. He has a video camera, tiny little video camera like most of you have in your mobile phones. He has a mobile phone that is a smartphone, so it's linked to the internet. And he also has the world's smallest data projector, which is about the size of this remote control. It's obviously not this bright, not useful for a conference of this size, but it's good enough for 5 or 6 people standing around a white piece of wall, and you just project onto that wall. Now, he's got all of those strapped around his neck. Looks a little bit unwieldy and uncool at the moment. But, of course, we know that the price and the size of these things will come down. What he can do with this, though, is unbelievable. Have a look.
The reason why we're really excited about this device is that it really can act as one of these sixth sense devices that gives you relevant information about whatever is in front of you. So we see Pranav here going into the supermarket, and he's shopping for some paper towels. And as he picks up a product, the system can recognize the product that he's picking up using either image recognition or marker technology and give him the green light or an orange light. He can ask for additional information. So this particular choice here is a particularly good choice given his personal criteria. Some of you may want the toilet paper with the most bleach in it rather than the most ecologically responsible choice. But if he picks up a book in the bookstore, he can get the Amazon rating, gets projected right on the cover of the book. This is Juan's book, our previous speaker, which gets a great rating, by the way, at Amazon. And so Pranav turns the page of the book and can then see additional information about the book, reader comments, maybe sort of information by his favorite critic, etc. If he turns to a particular page, he finds an annotation by maybe an expert of a friend of ours that gives him a little bit of additional information about whatever is on that particular page. Reading the newspaper, it never has to be outdated. You can get video annotations of the events that you're reading about. You can get the latest sports scores, etc. This is a more controversial one. As you interact with someone at TED, maybe, you can see a word cloud of the tags, the words that are associated with that person in their blog and personal web pages. In this case, the student is interested in cameras, etc. On your way to the airport, if you pick up your boarding pass, it can tell you that your flight is delayed, that the gate has changed, etc. And if you need to know what the current time is, it's as simple as drawing a watch on your arm.
Okay, that last piece is corny, but anyway, there it is. If we put sensors into everything, it can change everything. You can put sensors into every part of your body and get immediate feedback on what your body's doing. Maybe that's a little bit into the future. But we are going to see personalized medicines as our DNA code has been decoded. And each of you can, it's a little bit expensive right now, but it'll come down in price. You can get your DNA code, the code of your life, of your body, decoded so that your doctor can develop personalized medicines for anything that goes wrong with you. This will change everything. Let me give you another example. There's a website called Patients Like Me. People who have complicated genetic diseases. 45,000 of them have signed up in the last few months since this website was launched. This is user-generated content and augmented reality getting together. 45,000 people put their entire medical histories online. And you can go online and search for people. If you have one of these diseases, you can link up with 1,000 other people who have the same disease as you. They're ahead of you or behind you on the disease curve. And you can see what they are trying. You can see what drugs they're taking. You can see what they're doing. You can see if they're praying and whether that's helping. It's all about getting the community of people who are your clients or the people who are interested in your product together and getting them talking to each other. And that really is the message for the meetings industry.